Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for being here. Right now, we're talking Josh Allen, Jaguars, Josh Allen, fourth-year pass rusher. A lot of rumors, speculation, a lot of talk on Twitter about Josh Allen potentially being traded to a contender, about the Jaguars moving on from 2019 7th overall pick Josh Allen. Should they? Should the Jaguars move on from Josh Allen? Should they trade him at the deadline? Should they be sellers at the deadline? There's a lot of different ways to look at it, but right now we are going to talk about Josh Allen and whether or not the Jaguars should entertain these trade offers, should entertain any trade talks with their star pass rusher. I'd like to remind you to follow me on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo, Generation Jaguar, at Generation Jag. If you enjoy the show, you can also like and subscribe on YouTube. You can hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode here of Duval Daily. And you can check out GenJag.com, pick up some new gear. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Josh Allen. Again, fourth year of his contract, has 1 year left on his deal. The Jaguars did pick up his fifth-year option, so they've got control of that contract through the 2022 season and the 2023 season. The NFL trade deadline is Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're just about 24 hours away right now from that trade deadline. Jaguars have already shipped off James Robinson for a conditional sixth. That looks like it will probably end up being a fifth, but we'll see how that plays out. The word is that the Jaguars, they want to keep Josh Allen, but teams continue to call. They're not going to turn teams away from calling, and Doug Peterson said it today. They're going to hear these teams out. He wouldn't comment specifically on any of these situations, but they said they're going to listen to what teams have to say, but that the roster is what it is right now. Should the Jaguars trade Josh Allen? Well, it obviously depends on what you're going to get in return, right? I certainly would not trade him for anything less than a first and a second. And even then, I probably would not do it. Even though that is tremendous value, a first and a second round pick. It is tremendous value. I understand that. Why would I not do it? You're talking about a team captain, a leader on this football team. He's as hardworking as it gets. He's tough. He produces in the pass rush department. He is stout at the point of attack against the run. He chases plays down, and he's really good in coverage, which is critical in this 3-4 system that Mike Caldwell likes to run. He's got his pass rushers dropping. Whether or not you like that or not, that's another debate entirely. But in this 3-4 system, which is fairly prevalent around the NFL, it's not just in Jacksonville where you have outside linebackers dropping. Josh Allen gets the job done in that department as well. So you have a guy who's a strong leader. He's well-liked in the locker room. He wants to be in Jacksonville. He gets the job done as a pass rusher, as a run defender, and dropping in coverage. And you want to trade him? And oh, by the way, he's only 25 years old. He's one of the two best defenders on your team, bar none. I think he is the best defender still on the Jaguars roster. But you could certainly make a case for Tyson Campbell, and I would not be in any way offended by that. Tyson Campbell is playing at an extremely high level right now. I think he is ascending to a place where you can talk about him as the Jaguars' best defensive player. But right now, Josh Allen's one of the 2, 3, 4 best players on your roster. And he's 25 years old. You've got him under contract for the remainder of 2022 and 2023. So you're telling me you want to get into the business of trading away 25-year-old leaders who are producing at a really high level at a premium position in this league, which absolutely edge rusher is still one of the 2, 3, 4 most important positions in the game today. I know the sacks aren't blowing you out of the water, and I know that's why most people are frustrated. But if that's all you're looking at, you're really missing the big picture here. He is impacting games every week. He's third in the NFL among edge defenders in quarterback hits. That means he's getting these quarterbacks and he's hitting them. They're happening to get the ball out, but he's hitting them. He's fifth in pressures. He was a big part of every sack for the Jaguars on Sunday. against the Broncos. He forced pressure on the first Arden Key sack, and Russell Wilson had nowhere to go. Arden Key swallowed him up. On the other 2 sacks the Jaguars picked up, guess who was getting double teamed? Josh Allen. And when he is getting double teamed, it is making it easier for everyone else to get their job done. So what does that do for your defense? It helps everyone else. And look, I do get both sides of this argument. I get wanting to acquire picks and turning those into young players and trying to get better that way. I also understand the potential benefit of getting a younger, cheaper option. What type of flexibility that gives you from a salary cap standpoint. But do I trust the guy making the picks? Not particularly. And it just comes down to this. I cannot get into the business of trading a player that is a leader on your football team, playing at a high level, who is entering the prime of his career at a premium position, unless I am offered an absolute king's ransom. And I think that's probably 2 first-round picks is where I'd be with that one. What does that tell the rest of your guys on this team? Who you know, they know and respect Josh Allen. He is a leader among them. He has been voted a team captain. He's clearly one of their biggest leaders, one of their hardest workers, and one of their best players. What does it tell the rest of the team if you're willing to give him up for anything less than a king's ransom? I think it tells them that you're not in the business of trying to win games right now. I think it tells them that you're not taking things seriously. And it would also tell me, if I was another one of those young players like a Tyson Campbell, like a Travis Etienne, like a Trevor Lawrence, is this a franchise I want to be a part of? If they're not trying to keep their best players, their leaders, I wouldn't do it. I would not get in that business unless you're talking about 2 first-round picks, and even then I'm not sure I would go there. The reason the Jaguars are struggling so badly right now is because they do not have enough players like Josh Allen, enough players who are about to be going into their second contract or are in their second contract that are homegrown, that they've decided to pay. They've either missed on those draft picks or they have soured their relationships with those players. That's been the way it's been going in Jacksonville. You have a player who wants to be here, who is a leader, who's playing at a high level, at a premium position, and entering the prime of his career. This is the guy that you try to pay. This is the guy that you keep. That's just the way I feel about it. I'd love to know how y'all feel. Let me know in the comments below. You can also hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo, Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. If you want to support the channel further, again, you can go check out genjag.com, pick up some new gear. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Could not do this without y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday.